everyone, welcome back to another of the Comic Geek. Today is another Watch Mojo video. It's called Top 10 Comic Book Characters with Tragic Backstories. I think I know a couple of comic book characters that have a tragic backstory, and I think they're going to be on here. And also, sometimes their backstories motivates them, like a superhero or a villain. It sometimes motivates them. Anyway, let's check it out.
Through tragedy comes triumph. Welcome to WatchMojo.com, and today we'll be counting down our picks for the top 10 comic book characters with tragic backstories.
What's your name, kid?
The Human Spider.
The Human Spider, that's it? That's the best you got?
Yeah.
Oh, that sucks.
For this list, we'll be counting down all of the comic book characters that have faced their fair share of adversity when coming into their own.
Jesus Christ. Stop me if you heard this one. Jesus Christ walks into a hotel. Ow.
Number 10, Jessica Jones.
Mom, it's time to get going, sweetie.
Hey, vacation awaits. Rise and shine.
Dad?
Come on, Ray, time to go.
Becoming a superhero isn't all sunshine and rainbows. When a car accident killed her family and left her exposed to a massive amount of radioactive chemicals, Jessica woke up with super strength, durability, and the ability to fly. After taking on the persona of the vigilante Jewel, she caught the attention of the Purple Man, an elusive villain endowed with the ability to control the actions of others.
Here I am, just debating where to eat, and then bam, there you are, performing feats of heroism. Come here, let me look at you, come on.
After having unwillingly aided the sociopath in a number of crimes and unruly acts, Jessica discarded her superhero identity and became a private investigator.
What the?
How are you doing that? You're one of them.
Number 9, Superman.
You will travel far, my little Kal-El. But we will never leave you, even in the face of our death.
That S on his chest didn't originally stand for super, you know. The Man of Steel we all know as Clark Kent arrived on planet Earth as an orphan baby with no knowledge about his home world of Krypton.
Who am I?
Your name is Kal-El. You are the only survivor of the planet Krypton. Even though you've been raised as a human being, you are not one of them.
Almost his entire species was wiped out when Krypton was destroyed, and a human family, the Kents, adopted him. The fact that Clark never knew his original family or home, and that such loving parents adopted him, definitely gives a bright side to his otherwise very depressing backstory.
When you first came to us, we thought that people would come and take you away because when they found out, the things you could do, and that worried us a lot. But then a man gets older and he thinks very differently and things get very clear.
Number 8, Martian Manhunter.
I know his backstory.
Losing your home planet is one thing, but witnessing the death of your entire race would destroy most men. Luckily, John Johns isn't a man, and once enjoyed the simple life of a family man with his wife and child before watching everyone he ever loved go up in flames. Disgusted with his home planet, the Manhunter's twin brother staged a genocide against his own race, infecting them with a virus that caused them to spontaneously combust. Watching his loved ones burn to death was enough to make Johns teeter on the brink of insanity before a scientist from Earth was able to rescue him.
I've already lost one home. I made a promise to protect my new one.
Number 7, Spider-Man.
What happened?
Carjacker, he's been shot. Look, we just called the paramedics. They're on their way.
Peter Parker may have missed the fine print when accepting his superhero identity, as apart from being orphaned at a young age, everyone he is close to suffers because of it.
This is gonna be all right.
You don't give people hope. You take it away.
No, Harry.
I'm gonna take away yours.
No, run! Harry!
In Peter's earliest debut as a hero, his neglect to stop a criminal would result in the death of his Uncle Ben, something every moviegoer should be familiar with by now. being somewhat responsible for the death of his father figure would not only set him on the path of heroism, but also haunt him for the rest of his life. Number 6, The Crow.
Department of Housing. Code violations? Safety hazard?
This superhero is as dark and brooding as they come. After being beaten to a pulp and forced to witness the rape and murder of his fiancée Shelley, Eric is soon resurrected by a crow who guides him on a mission of vengeance. Eric becomes the embodiment of revenge and is blinded by unquenchable thirst for one-man mob justice.
Why don't you tell me a story? A man and a woman in law a year ago.
Now imbued with otherworldly powers, the Crow hunted down and killed those responsible, and now walks the night as an undead vigilante, incapable of any real connection with anyone.
Victims, aren't we all?
Number 5, Daredevil.
You got all this for losing?
Sometimes, even when you get knocked down, you can still win.
It ain't how you hit the mat.
It's how you get up. That's right.
Hell's Kitchen became a whole lot darker after this superhero's tragic accident. Matt Murdock's sight was robbed from him as a child after he came into direct contact with a radioactive substance.
Oh, it burns.
While this in turn bestowed the boy with a supernatural awareness of the world around him,
Why
it would
can't
be
they
years
let
before
us
he
see
would learn how to
the
tune these
accident?
senses.
Dad? Daddy!
After his father is killed for refusing to throw a boxing match, Matt was left alone and was forced to learn to use his blindness as an advantage. Number 4, Batman.
Wallace, Joey.
We all know
That's fine.
Batman's backstory.
Take it easy.
There are just some traumas that there's no turning back from. Much like his younger counterpart Robin, Bruce Wayne's picture-perfect world was soon flipped on its head when both of his parents were gunned down after exiting a movie theater. Unlike many of the other dead parents entries on this list, Bruce witnessed his parents die right in front of him. Having lived a more than sheltered life under the care of his two loving parents, the young heir to the Wayne enterprise was left with a burning desire for justice.
I want you to tell all your friends about me.
What are you?
I'm Batman.
Number 3, The Punisher.
I know this one too.
There's a thin line between a hero and this ex-Marine vigilante. Despite Frank Castle's hardened and cynical appearance, he, at one point, enjoyed the simple life of a family man with his wife and 2 kids.
This was a hard one.
This was the last one.
An infamous New York City gang would, however, see that he was denied his happily ever after ending after they gunned him and his family down. Castle was regrettably the only one who survived that attack, consequently forcing him to watch his family die in front of his eyes. With all hope lost, Castle sought to deliver his own style of justice to the city that betrayed him. Number 2, Mr. Freeze.
This is how I'll always remember you. Surrounded by winter, forever young, forever beautiful. Rest well, my love.
How much would you sacrifice to save the one you love? When cryogenic expert Victor Freeze's wife Nora was diagnosed with a degenerative disease, he not only devoted his entire life's work to finding a cure, but sacrificed his own body and humanity as well.
Leave him. He should have been more careful. Now he's paid the price for his incompetence.
After GothCorp ceased funding Freeze's independent study, An accident transformed the scientist's body in such a way that he could only survive in sub-zero temperatures.
Nora! Nora!
Angry and desperate, Victor turned to a life of crime and is now a cold, emotionless shell of his former self, one his wife would no longer even recognize.
Since you ally yourself with my enemies, you leave me no choice.
Before we unveil our pick for the comic book character with the most tragic of backstories, here are a few honorable mentions.
Barry, we've talked about
Flash.
this. It's time to let it go. You have got to stop worrying about me. And live your life.
As they tear away each new layer, there's always an agonizing price to pay.
No!
Peter Quill, Star-Lord.
It's me.
Got to stay here.
Wolverine.
Number 1. Magneto.
I knew it.
Discrimination is something this mutant has become all too
I knew he
familiar
would
with.
be number 1.
Max Eisenhardt was born into a German-Jewish family during the Nazis' rise to power just before World War II. You probably know what that means. He and his family were sent to a concentration camp, and there he witnessed the deaths of both of his parents as well as many, many other friends. Despite this, Max still tried to live an honest life, eventually relocating to the Ukraine and settling down with a wife and daughter. This, of course, would be short-lived, as when the townspeople discovered Max's powers, they burned down his house with his child still inside, resulting in the mutant's violent outrage and his wife leaving him out of fear. Max would never forgive humankind again and became Magneto.
Consumed by rage, he tried to destroy them. I stopped him, but I'd never seen such a change in a man.
Do you agree with our list? Who do you think has the most tragic backstory?
Peter, I know things have been difficult lately, and I'm sorry about that.
For happier top 10s published every day, be sure to subscribe to WatchMojo.com.
So anyway, so yeah, make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe. I had a feeling Magneto was gonna be the one, cause Soviet Union and stuff. Anyway, that's all I have for today. I'll see you guys on Wednesday, cause this is the only video I'm gonna do today, cause I don't feel like putting up another video. All right. So yeah, I'll see you guys on Wednesday.